completed all this? Okay, now we'll go for the next uniform charged disk. We'll take it. Uniformly thin charged disk. Again, already we have discussed the similar idea. Okay, this is a thin charged disk. So let me go for some 2D diagram. It'll be easy for you. This is the thing. So let the radius of this equal to capital R. At a distance x on the axis, we have to determine the field. So what is the charge distribution? How the charge will be distributed on the surface? How to get this? You take some plastic or ceramic or glass, circular disc, thin glass disc, deposit charge on one surface. Or you take a charged liquid, just brush it on one side, paint it on one side. They'll become a uniformly charged. You can take paper also. How you paint it, just take charged liquid and just paint it on any one face. Then it become a thin uniform charges. So what is the total charge on this? Let it be Q. The charge density will define Q by pi R square. I assumed an elemental ring because they charged object, no? So we should assume an elemental ring. So there's an elemental ring. Let the radius of this small r, let me take this one. And the thickness of this be dr, the charge on this be dq. Now what is this elemental ring? Okay, already we have discussed this in the electric field. No? So at point P, we have to find out the field. So there's a, what is the dq will define? First, potential at point P on the axis. So this. Call this is R. Okay, now write the expression for this. dV is equal to K dq by R. Potential at point P, first due to elemental ring. So further, what is K? Sigma into area of that. R, oh, this is, I put it my. So this should be equal to how much? Y square plus x square. This will be, I'll change proportion of this symbol. What is dA? Area of the strip, circular strip. So dA should be equal to 2 pi y dy. Y square, x square. So this will be 2 pi k sigma, 2 pi k sigma y dy root of y square plus x square. So can we integrate this? I think there's a big problem, no? These are unknown. Y and X both are variable. So let me take the mathematics. So from the mathematics, tan theta equal to Y by X. So Y equal to X tan theta. I'll differentiate this. Dy equal to X secant square theta d theta. Let me substitute all
Sir,
this.
in that equation, x is not variable, no, sir, because we are considering at one point.
Oh, okay, fine. You mean to say this X? Huh? X is a fixed one, no?
Yes, sir. You said x variable, that is why I was telling, sir.
Okay, okay, sorry. I'll take it back, my word. Huh? So X is okay, fixed point here. Here what will happen as for the one thing, no, Y will be variable. So how to integrate? I'll just go for substitution type here. So dy is equal to, substituting this will be dv equal to 2 pi k sigma y is x tan theta dy y square x square tan square theta plus x square 2 pi k sigma. X will get eliminated, keep tan theta 1 plus tan square theta secant square theta. I'll get secant theta. And dy is what? Dy value also substitute, no? X secant square theta d theta. Secant theta. So 2 pi k sigma x secant theta tan theta d theta. Check the calculation once, simplification part, then I'll proceed. Okay, till here? Now what is sigma? We'll substitute the sigma value. I'll scroll down. So this is dv 2 pi sigma is what? Okay, let it be k is what? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. 4 pi epsilon naught sigma x I'll take outside. So secant theta tan theta d theta. Integral of secant theta tan theta d theta will be secant theta. So 2 pi sigma x 4. Okay, this will be sigma x by 2 epsilon naught secant theta. So the limit, let me write here only 0 to capital R. You can change in terms of theta. Let it be, let it make very simple. So now replace this with sigma x by 2 epsilon naught 1 by cos theta. Now what is cos theta from the diagram? Sigma x by 2 pi epsilon naught. Cos theta will be x by root of y square One x will get cancelled out. 2 epsilon naught. This will be r square plus x square minus r. There's a one formula which you have to remember. Very important for us.
Minus x, sir.
Y will be 0, no? Yeah, minus x. This, I think nobody will ask you in exam, the derivation, but the formula plays very important role. You check the, especially exams, no? Student know this formula, you can enter into the question, or else you have to derive. This much of derivation not possible. Exam timings will not permit you. So therefore, I suggest you, like, by this time, almost by today, we'll finish off all maximum charged objects, the field and potential. In hand, you must be ready. So there's the expression for the potential due to charge disk on its axis here. Now you do have some application with mechanics also. There'll be some point charge, given velocity, some numericals are there in the book, no? Just focus on them also. So I got this electric potential due to uniformly thin charged disk. Put R like a R equal to infinity for very large sheet. What will happen? See, just analyze once. For a large sheet, we know. For a large sheet, we know something like this. No, for a large sheet. What is the electric field? Sigma by 2 epsilon naught. What about potential? Put R equal to infinity. Will be infinity. Huh? That's why for large objects, like if the charge is distributed, the reason for that, at infinity also the charge is present. Due to that, there will be potential non-zero. So therefore, when charge is distributed till infinity, what happens? We can't define the potential at infinity. You see that will end up like this. Say mathematically, I'm writing it. What does it mean? Better don't define there. So then how to define point at anywhere near the charge sheet? We'll take help of first we know electric field, then dV equal to E into dr. I'll use that formula, I'll get the potential.
Sigma equal to Q by pi r square. Again, in the denominator, we will get r square.
No, sigma is a fixed value, no? Don't use mathematics here. Sigma is a value for a given charge sheet, it's over. Last charge sheet, sigma is a value. Sigma is some value. Again, why you are substituting that? There'll be uniform value. Sigma will be fixed for a charge sheet. Don't bring mathematics here. Sigmas are Q by pi r square, 1 r also infinity, infinity by infinity. Not like that. Sigma is the one value. Uniform charge distribution. Charge per unit area. It will be a fixed value. Okay, this, so I'll come to later part this. Just have an idea that. Huh? So there's a one method. So this formula is very important. That's what I feel. Okay, let's take some application of this. How the questions can be asked for you. So now you know some information on this. If you know this, can you find out the field? If you know potential, can you find out the field? Differentiating, no? dV by dx, you differentiate, you'll get expression for the electric field, what we derived. So there's one advantage. For a charge body, you find out the potential, differentiate, then you'll get the field. Like what we did for point charge, you can do for disk also here. You differentiate this, you'll get electric field strength on the axis. Instead of the derivation, you can directly end up from here. Okay, there's a quarter circular disk. charge is distributed uniformly. Sigma be the charge distribution. So let R be the radius, that one. So I'll put a question like this. Find the electric potential at a point 0, z. This is the first thing. Find the z component of okay, let's see that just now what you studied you should apply, no? There's a quarter charged disk. Quarter disk. Okay, try what method you can apply here. What elemental structure you should assume here? Anybody? What elemental structure you suggest?
We'll write directly from the previous formulas.
Yeah, that's all. Because we know potential is a scalar quantity. We have already that formula. 1/4 will be the answer for this. So potential due to full charged disk, how much? For your support, I'll give diagram for a full charged disk. At a distance z, radius r, potential at this point, let me call Vz, sigma by 2 epsilon naught root of r square z square minus z. So in this particular problem, potential at point P, let me indicate that one. So what is the distance of point P? Z. So what is that potential at point P should be equal to Vz by 4 is a 1/4 of this, no? So this will be sigma by 8 epsilon naught. It's over this one. Next, after this, I want the x component, z component of electric field. I'll differentiate this. Ez equal to dvp dz. So the differentiation negative sign will be there. So minus sigma by 8 epsilon naught 1 by two root r square plus z square dz, no? So 2z will be there minus 1, or this will be 1 by sigma by, I'm differentiating with respect to z, the above equation. So sigma by 8 epsilon naught 1 minus z by, this is only z component of field, not total field. You have to be very careful for in exams of questions of this kind. Completed?
Sir, But the other two components of electric field will be zero in this case, sir, because V term is constant. Like V term has only Z term.
No, not like that. Not like that. The field what happen will be Ez, Ex, Ey, Ez will be non-zero. It's not a symmetric about Z-axis, no? So how Ex and Ey will be zero? Okay.
Okay, sir.
So if you want, I think better, I'll go back to the question. I'll indicate, again, it will confuse you. So that straight away write it here only. Ex and E at point P, Ex non-zero, Ey non-zero, Ez non-zero. Maximum, especially advanced, no, maximum prefer questions of this logical thinking only, rather than some, means what all the basic formulas, application of that, rather than big lengthy integration.
So just by differentiating, we can't get in this case, sir, because if we are differentiating, we are getting zero. So that is wrong in this case.
Yeah, that one. Because only, see, potential at due to that one. So due to Y and Z, it will be due to X component of field, that will be non-zero. Only Z component is what we are defining it here. So just you can't stick just that basic formula, the formula you can't stick it. You should make observation of the distribution of charge. Okay, I'm giving next another type of charged object. Read the question. Find the potential at the vertex of the cone. So here is what is asking the vertex. Let me indicate by point O. This is the center. Just try this. I'll Sorry, some internet cable person came, so I was just talking with him. Anybody answer? It's not a solid cone, at least the surface of cone of slant length L as shown in figure is charged uniformly with the charge Q. So what type of charge, where charge will be distributed? On the surface. The charge is distributed on the surface here. Okay, I'll proceed with the assumption. So what is the, this called like a lateral surface, no? What is sigma, how we define sigma? Sigma equal to Q by. So let R be the radius. I'll assume. I'll make it capital L, this one. This will be capital L, slant length. Now what is the lateral surface area? Should be equal to pi RL. So here I'll assume now the same diagram. Let me magnify it and I'll show it. So this is the cone. Here we are assuming a where the charge will be distributed on the lateral surface only. Radius of, let me take this is some alpha. This is capital R. This total length is slant length is L. This distance, let me take it small l. This is X. Let this be smaller. This elemental charge will assume it. So this is the elemental ring of radius R. So first we'll define the charge on this one. Let it be dq. Okay, go for this. We have to calculate potential at point O. First we'll define the area of slant area pi RL. We know, so what is the dq? Now you can write it dq equal to the area of that particular thing. So let this be dl. So 2 pi sigma into 2 pi r into dl. So let me substitute all the values. So dq is equal to sigma is what? Q by, what is r? I think we assumed r, no? So one more thing, sine alpha. Sine alpha will be r by l. So this will become sigma equal to q by pi l square. Sine alpha will be r by l, no? R equal to l sine alpha. So this will be pi pi.
Q by L.
So let me substitute the value of dq now. So q by pi l square sine alpha 2 pi. One more here, sine alpha. You can write as r by x. So this will be x sine alpha. This will be dl. So the value of dq will be pi get cancels, alpha get cancels. So we'll end up with 2q symbols. Sine alpha is r by l. No? L sine alpha. Look at all the symbols here. So 2q L by L square dl. I think this is very important. Once you reach here, the rest of everything substitution and calculation. Okay, let's go for potential at point 2. dVo. This is like a ring, no? So what is the potential? This should be equal to K dq by L. No need to substitute r square x square directly. Potential on the ring. So x is the axis. This will become axis. Where the point O is on the axis, no? So this will be K by L. dq is what? 2ql L square dl. So 2kq L square dl. And what is the slant height of this 0 to capital L? Or slant length? So 2kq L square L, or this will be K value substitute. So the potential will be Q by 2 pi F naught L. Can be asked simple mathematics, no? Only thing is that getting that elemental charge is what will trouble you. So define the charge density first. Total charge by lateral surface area. Completed? So we'll go for next one. Okay, first we'll discuss this question then. Okay, no, this is a simple, it is there in Pathfinder also. No need of any big analysis something and all. Consider a cube having uniform volume charge density. I'll highlight this. I think this is the first time you have come across volume charge density, or second time. Already with this in solid hemisphere, there you come across. They're asking find the ratio of electric potential at the center to the potential at the corner of a cube. I'll give you some 3 minutes time. Within, I think 5 minutes, you can crack it. What elemental surface structure is what you have to assume. It matters a lot here. Just do think like from previous problem idea is what I'm going to apply here.
One.
How much? I'm unable to hear. You can put in chat also answer. If you have, you can put in chat.